and good morning to all of you online watching us through Zoom. And I want to introduce the lovely Mama Connie.
Good morning, family. Good morning, we'll say family. Incredible morning, grand rising to everybody. We're so glad to be in the house of Amun Ra. And in the spirit of Amun Ra, even if we're not in the house. I mean, if we're in the house of Zoom, that's fine too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, it's all a blessing. Learning to count blessings more and more. I can tell you about me for that specific reason, learning to count blessings. I just want to say, I was on my way here this morning, and I had a vision of a woman that I saw that just inspired me. This is an elder sister, maybe, she's maybe an elder to me, maybe not. She was in a chair, an electric chair, coming down the street, and you know what she was doing? She was blowing bubbles.
Oh, shit.
I was so inspired. Yeah. I'm like, look at this sister Mama Queen, maybe grandmother, great-grandmother, blowing bubbles. I said, yay, inspire me today. So I just wanted to share that with you this morning.
Yeah,
we need to get our inspiration from every day.
That's right.
Whether it's hearing some birds sing, being able to see clearly, being able to think clearly, it's all a blessing. So thank you.
All right, we'll say community affirmation. We will know God's truth to be free and self-determined.
Creator, help us to remember
the humanity, glory, and suffering of our ancestors, and to honor the struggles of our elders.
Let us strive to bring new vision and life to our people. Let there be peace and harmony among us.
Let us be loving, sharing, and creative. Let us work, study, and listen so we may learn, teach, and cultivate self-reliance.
Grant us power, O Holy One, as we struggle to resurrect our hearts and our homeland.
We will raise our children according to the needs of our nation with discipline, patience, devotion, and courage. We will strive to be the living models of the new direction of our people.
We are an African people.
we are the children of God.
Ashe.
Now it's time for our announcements with Minister and Hope Tech. Forward with the announcements.
Glad to see everyone today. Particularly glad to see Brother Damu Sudi Ali. Sounding crucial today. Our announcements are as follows. Join us tomorrow morning and Friday morning, 5:30 a.m. for intercessional prayer, A Love Supreme. And we've put that in the chat if you'd like to join us. You'll need this Zoom ID or phone number to join us tomorrow. We'll say Sacramento Elders meeting will be held on September 9th instead of the 2nd due to the Labor Day holiday. Black Knowledge Matters for Wednesday. This Wednesday will be with Miss Mariana, social wellness leader. So we invite you to come and join us on Wednesday, 5 to 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. And study of sacred scriptures will be this Thursday from 6 to 7. So we invite you to join us for our SOS, study of sacred scriptures. First Friday returns this Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific time on the Black Knowledge Matters Zoom. Our facilitator will be Sugar D. And save the date. Healthy Life is in style.
I heard that.
This is going to be at African Marketplace in the Obama Room, led by our nurse health coach, Sister Isali, and her husband, Coach Rahotep.
I said.
And coming up, not Wednesday, but December 13th through the 21st, Brother Wayne Chandler is having the Alchemy of Inner Empowerment retreat in Costa Rica. So we've dropped this in the chat if you'd like to join him. Also, Brother Wayne Chandler will be joining us for Black Knowledge Matters on September 11th, if you'd like to join us. And you can ask him all about this and his book. I understand we just finished the book study, just finished his book, Ancient Future. So you can ask him about that as well. Women of Wosay will be on hiatus until October. They don't let the men in the group or in the meetings, so we don't know what's going on. All right. Babu Ustadi and Mama Darnisha have new membership survey forms, and they're there in the sanctuary. Sister Saraswati has developed some member survey forms. All right. I want to say happy birthday to Minister Alicia's mother, Mrs. Lovelady. And we want to say happy birthday to Ile Omade. Ile Omade is 38 years old.
39.
It's 39?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? Facebook had it at 38. I'm sorry.
Thank you for changing.
Ashe. Are there any other announcements that we should be thinking about, talking about, or doing something about?
Yes, I wanted to repeat that I thank Jose, I thank Minister Otep, I thank Baba Ty, I thank everyone who came out and prayed for my nephew. Prayers are answered. They got 99.9% of the cancer out.
Yeah.
99.9%. And he's doing well, and my family wants to thank you and everybody that prayed for him. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
And that was Mama Aziza.
Do we have a report on Sister Latrice?
Oh, yeah.
The question was asked is if anybody has an update on Mama Latrice.
Mama Latrice is at home and resting well. She's has gotten excellent care at Kaiser, and they know what's going on with her. So, yes.
Thank you.
And now we'll say, to me, this is a treat. We're gonna have music from Baba Damu Sudi Ali.
happiness for all the land. The Creator has a master plan, peace and happiness for every man. The Creator makes but one demand, happiness. There was a time peace was on the earth, joy and happiness did reign. Each man knew his words. Yes. In my heart I yearn for the Spirit's return, and I cried while time flies. I cried while time flies. There is a place where love will always shine. Rainbows are the shadows of a love so divine. And the glow of that love is like the stars above. And it's free, and it's free for you and me. 'Cause the Creator has a master plan of love, master plan of truth, righteousness and love. Love all the people. Love all the children. Love all the babies. Love is the answer. Maat is the way. Love is the answer.
Tell the truth.
Maat is the way. The Creator has a master plan, peace and happiness for every man. The Creator makes but one demand, happiness. All
Leon Thomas in the house.
Okay, we'll say, I'm supposed to do the historical tribute next, and I am. But before I say that, I have to say, for this brother that's at the piano.
Yes.
Brother Damu.
Brother
Yes,
Damu.
Brother Damu.
You just heard Minister Makalisi, folks. I used to say, I still say, and I firmly believe Minister Makalisi is the most righteous man that I've ever met.
I know.
All
You're
right.
right. You're right.
This brother at this piano is the most spiritual man that I've ever
Yes,
met.
yes.
Baba Damu walks in spirit every day.
Every
Yeah.
day.
Every
He does.
day.
He does.
He's been afflicted with hardships and challenges that would stop most people,
Yeah.
but he just gets up.
That's
He
right.
just gets up
That's right.
and comes back for more.
God is good.
As God is
Yes,
good.
yes,
As Babu Ustadi said
God is
earlier.
real.
Yes, God
Yes.
is real. As
Okay.
Babu Ustadi said earlier, he's lost his eyesight, but he is still here. Whenever I talk to this brother never asks for anything for himself. He's always asking, what can I do for somebody else? He's always
right.
helping somebody
Okay.
else. The reason he's here today is because he wants to please God and he wants to serve Wose.
All
And
right.
so, and so I just want to say publicly in front of people to Baba Damu, brother man, you are and have been and will always be my inspiration. You've been an inspiration for me. I love you, and I hope I speak for the whole Wose community.
Yes,
We
yes.
And it's very, very mutual, brother, my brother, because you inspire me all the time, Brother Time. The whole community, everybody here, oh my goodness, we're such blessed people, you know.
We are.
We are
We
blessed
are
people.
blessed.
God is on our side, and we moving ahead.
I
That's the
say.
blessing.
Okay, now let me do what I'm supposed to do. We have come to that time in our service that we call our historical tribute. It's a time that we here in Wose take out each and every Sunday to pay honor, to pay homage, to pay tribute to some significant, not necessarily famous, but significant.
We don't see Baba Time.
Not yet.
No, it's coming. It's coming. I'm doing a
Double duty.
yeah. I'm doing a uh-oh. Nope. I'm doing a uh-oh, yeah. You know, this was ready, but now it's not. So I hope I don't knock everything off. Let me Sorry, Wose.
That's all right. Technology.
Technology is
Take your time.
uh-oh. Now I'm doing a real uh-oh.
We overstand, Baba, so.
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
Okay, let me go.
understanding, no,
There
we
you go.
overstand.
It happened to every one of us.
Woo-hoo.
There it is. There it is.
Okay. Say again?
Go ahead.
Okay, so again, I'm scheduled to do this morning's historical tribute.
Are you
And
gonna do it from your seat?
I'm
or-
going to do it from right here, yes.
Okay, so should I turn the camera around?
What are you trying, I don't know what you're
You
trying
want
to
me
do.
to turn the camera around? They wanna see you.
No, they're not going to be able to see anything.
Okay,
Except the screen.
okay.
Except the screen. Okay. So that, of course, was the sound of Sweet Honey in the Rock. They were formed in 1973 by Sister Bernice
Excuse me.
Johnson Reagan.
Excuse me, Baba Time.
Yes, sir.
we just, we didn't see what I don't think you intended us.
Okay. Obviously you didn't. Hold on. I got to go back to.
Ah,
Okay. Are we together now, Brother Minister?
yes, indeed.
Okay, great. So, they, okay. They want me to start again. This morning, I'm doing a historical tribute.
That's right.
I don't know why the river overflows their nations. I don't know why the snow falls and covers the ground. I don't know why the hurricane sweeps through the land. Every now and then, standing in a rainstorm, I believe.
Okay, again, that was Sweet Honey in the Rock. They were founded in 1973 by this sister, Bernice Johnson Reagan. I got a phone call a couple weeks ago, it might have been a text, from Minister Bill. And Minister Bill told me that Mama Bernice had joined the Ancestors, had passed away. And I knew her when I was in D.C., but I didn't know that she had joined the Ancestors. And Bill said to me that somebody needs to do a tribute on her. And I said, Brother Bill, don't worry, I'll do the tribute. And I was going to do it this morning, but I was asked to do something else, to present something else. And I understand why I was asked to present something else. So Bernice Johnson Reagan, who was born on October 4th, 1942, and joined the Ancestors last month, or I guess this is the 1st of September, so 2 months ago, on July the 17th, 2024. My sister, I will do a tribute to you, but just not this morning. So this morning, I'm going to start with the name that Mama Darnisha has already mentioned, Mansa Musa. And so since she mentioned it, I know that a lot of people know who he is. So who was he?
He was the king that had a whole bunch of money.
He was the king that had a whole bunch of money. He was the king of Mali, which the ancient king, I say ancient, 13th, 14th century kingdom of Mali in West Africa. And he's known for a trip that he took from Timbuktu to Kemet. But this morning's tribute is not on Mansa Musa. So instead, I'm going to start with another name, the name Abubakar II.
All right.
Okay. Now, Abubakar II was Mansa Musa's brother and was the king of Mali before Mansa Musa. All right. And Mali, as you know, was, like I said, in West Africa, a kingdom in West Africa. And if you want to get, they spoke Mandinka, Mande, Bambara, and Wolof, and other languages there. But anyway, so to give you a perspective, this is where Mali was. And Abubakar II, as a king, had heard that ships had sailed west, right? Had sailed west, and he always wanted to know what was out there, right? So he built a fleet of ships, large ships, small ships, some with oars, some with sails, some with bow, and he sent them to the west because he wanted to find out what was there. And he told the captains, don't come back until you find the end of the ocean or you run out of food. And none of them came back, except for one. One came back. And so the one that came back, he asked, so what happened? And he talked. The one that came back said, I was the last ship in line, and all these other ships hit what I can only describe as a river in the ocean, and they took off soon. And he said, I got scared and turned around. So he came back. So this made Abubakar even more curious about what was there. Now, when we talk about the river in the ocean. These are ocean currents. And as you can see, one of these ocean currents leaves West Africa, right where Mali was, and goes to, if you go take a straight line, it goes to the top of South America and through Central America and to Mexico and the Caribbean, or the United States, the Americas as they call it. Okay, so this was it. So Abubakar II built a second fleet of ships, and he built one for himself, and he sailed and went to the west. So he went to the west, and when he landed, the people there, we're not sure exactly where he landed, somewhere in Mexico. The people there welcomed him back, and they called him, and I'm not going to pronounce this correctly, that's why I put it on the screen, Quetzalcoatl. Mama Keisha's, I'm very glad Mama Keisha's here. Quetzalcoatl, all right? And they welcomed him back, and they called him the sun god, okay? Now, he'd never been there before, but they were welcoming him back, which means that there had been black people there before him. Now, Abubakar went there in the year 1311, right? We all know that Columbus stumbled across, Columbus so-called discovered America in 1492. So again, stumbled across. Okay, so again, this is evidence that there were black people on this continent before Columbus. Now I wish somebody would write a book. That talks about the fact that there was black people on this continent before Columbus. There should be someplace we could. Oh yeah, they came before Columbus by Ivan Van Sertima. All right, most of the information in this tribute is coming from Ivan Van Sertima's book. They came before Columbus. I'm sorry.
That map you showed with the currents,
Uh-huh.
that's in that book.
All right, Mama Keisha just said that the map with the currents is in this book.
Yeah.
Okay. These are arrowheads. Now I put arrowheads here because Columbus took arrowheads on his first trip from the native people. He took arrowheads, not these are just arrowheads, but he took arrowheads from what he called the New Land, Mexico, or wherever he was, and back to the King of England. And he told the king that the arrowheads, that the native people called the arrowheads Guanin, and that they were given to them by black people who came from the south. Right? They came up from the south, and they called the arrowheads Guanin. And Columbus had the arrowheads surveyed, or assayed, I'm not sure, I guess it was assayed, had an assay look at it. And the assayer came back and said they were 32 parts metal, 18 parts gold, 6 parts silver, and 8 parts copper. Now, in West Africa, in Mali, the people who spoke Mandinka, Mande, and the other languages, they also called their arrowheads Guanin, right? And their arrowheads were made of 18 parts gold, 6 parts of silver, and 8 parts of copper. This cannot be a coincidence, right? That on different oceans, they called the same thing by the same thing, and they're made up exactly the same. And they say that the Africans put copper in the arrowheads because they like the odor. It was said that they like the smell their wealth. Now, I'm not sure what that means, but that's what it is. Okay. So, Balboa. Now, I'm not sure how Balboa's name got in my tribute. I have no idea why he's up here. But anyway, when I was in the 6th grade, and I went to a black school in Washington, D.C. When I was in the 6th grade, they told us about Balboa and Cortez and Ponce de Leon and De Soto. Actually, I'm not sure if that's an explorer car, but De Soto. And they said they were Spanish explorers, right? So Balboa said that he encountered black people in Panama, and he said that they were plainly and unmistakably African, right? There was an African presence here before Columbus. There was another Spanish explorer who reported that the first contact that the Spanish had with black people was actually in Colombia. And again, this makes sense, because if you look at the maps again and the ocean currents, you can see the one that leaves West Africa. Like I said, it juts up against the top of South America, which is Colombia. And then Panama is a little strip. I should have done a better map. Panama is a little strip of land between Central America and South America. And Van Sertima speculates that African people, either intentionally or caught up in the currents, came to the Americas and either landed or got shipwrecked here and started little settlements. Right now, if that's true, how come there's no proof, or is there proof that black people were here? Well, in Van Sertima's book, he shows all these pictures of African statues, figureheads, that he says were found in he calls it pre-Columbus Americas, right? But is that enough, right? So then, in 1832, they discovered something that was over 9 feet tall and 6 feet wide, weighed over 25 tons. It was this guy. Now, that to me is as African a feature as you can get. I mean, that's very definitely an African, right? And so they started searching the sites, and they found 17 of these giant heads at 4 different sites, places that they call Olmec in Mexico, right? This is one of them, another one of them, okay? So I started looking at these heads, and when I looked at this, I used to work with a guy named John Davis. We used to call him Bubba, right? He was a firefighter. He used to wear a helmet, like that. And I could take this picture to any fire station in the city and show it to people, and people go say, "Hey, how's Bubba?" I mean, this is Bubba to me. It looks just like Bubba, right? This is Bubba. Yay, Bubba, right? This is a picture of a brother showing the relative size of the heads, how huge they were. These are large heads. Here's another one. Here's Dr. Ronoko Rashidi in front of one of the heads. Now, most of these heads now are in museums, right? And when I saw this one, I happened to be, I sometimes I double dip. I do 2 things at the same time. And so when I was doing this tribute, I saw this head, and I was watching a football game, and I said, "Hey, that kind of looks like Warren Sapp." Right. So then I started looking at these other heads, right? And I said to myself, now, I wonder if they had a comedian back in those days. Yeah. And then I looked at this one and I said, well, that reminds me of the absolute greatest. And I wonder if Muhammad Ali could whoop everybody back in those days too. Right. I'm actually having fun now. I'm having fun. And I looked at this head and I said, well, there are no pictures of any Africans up here. And then I said, oh, yeah, that looks like Idi Amin, right? And then I said, well, if you want Africans, what about this brother, right? Now this, of course, is the face of the Sphinx, right? Yeah. Now, if they hadn't destroyed the nose and the lips, maybe this face would look like all the other faces. Now, why do I put a picture of the Sphinx up here? Because the Sphinx was made way, way, way long time ago. Well, they have this thing that they call carbon dating, right? And with carbon dating, you can tell the age of anything within 200 years either way, right? Wow. And when they did carbon dating to these heads, they found out that they are ancient, that they were there before the time of Christ, hundreds of years before Christ, back when Egypt or Kemet was dominant in its kingdoms period, right? And so they think that Egyptians might have, let me show the picture. That now, I should have had a better map again, but just above Africa is the Mediterranean Sea. And Kemet is on the Mediterranean Sea. So they think that ships could have gotten on the Mediterranean Sea, sailed to the west, gone through the Strait of Gibraltar right there, which separates the Mediterranean Sea from the Atlantic Ocean. And as you can see from this map, once you get into the ocean, you hit this current that takes you south, the blue line, and then the red line takes you west, and so you're right back where? The Americas, right? Where they found the giant heads, Olmec, and Mexico, and whatever, and all those places, okay. Yeah. So they even found pyramids. They found a pyramid in Olmec that is like the step pyramid, which is the first pyramid that was built in Saqqara, the first pyramid that they found in Saqqara. Okay, so family tree. Now, I put this family tree up here not because I want to show you a family tree, but because I don't have any notes. And I put this up here to remind me that I have to tell this story. I am putting together my family tree. I'm putting together my family tree. I have a couple of cousins that are doing the same thing. They're putting together family trees. And so we have access to each other's family trees online. And there are slight differences in the family trees, right? And, it's like there are people who they claim that I've looked at And I don't think there's enough documentation that I want to claim them as part of my family, but they claim them. So my point is, different people can look at the same information and come up with different interpretations of what it says, right? You know, you can look at the same thing and come up with different interpretations. And the same is true of history, right? You can look, two people can look at the same information and come up with different interpretations of what that information says. For example, some people can look at this information or similar information, maybe information I don't have, and think that and say that and believe that because Africans were here before, because black people were here before Columbus, and indeed before Jesus Christ, that then the African Americans might be descended from the Caribbean, right? From the black people that were here, right? I look at the same research and I say that yes, black people were here before Columbus and indeed long before Christ walked the earth, but I believe that those black people caught ships from West Africa and that they came here, and that we are descendants of Africa. We are an African people, right? And I want to close this tribute the way I started it.
Yes. Cannot rest.
We believe in freedom, cannot rest until it comes. We believe in freedom, cannot rest. Hear me talking to you. We believe in freedom, cannot rest until it comes. Until the killing of black men, the sons is as important as the killing of white men. White mother sons, you believe in freedom, cannot rest. Sing it with me if you like. You believe in freedom, cannot rest until it comes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Osei.
Knock it out the park like you always do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful
Thank you.
tribute,
Yes.
brother.
Thank you.
Oh, my goodness.
I thank you. Thank you. And now I'll follow that with more music from Baba Damu.
Ashe, thank you for blessing us.
You ready?
Okay, this is more music from everybody, because this is Minister Michael Lisa's beautiful song,
Children of the Sun.
Children of the Sun.
All
So
right.
everybody sing along.
In every task we shall overcome.
Okay, it's my first time playing this, so, Bobby, you let me
It's
know.
gonna be
if-
beautiful.
You
It's
let me
beautiful.
know if it's at the right tempo.
You can't play wrong, brother.
In every task we shall Now we're gonna have our litany with our Mama Conke. Amen Ra Hatep family.
Yes, sir.
I don't think anybody mentioned all the beauty in the house today.
Okay. I'll be right there. Hold on.
So if you're in Zoom land, you're not seeing all the beauty of our people here.
Yes.
So I'm just letting you know. That's a beautiful sight. All the beautiful colors, the faces. And of course, you know, Brother Damu.
Yes,
That's
yes.
just brighten the day just that much more. So this is a time in our service that we call the Litany of Sacrifice. This is a time that we give. That we give what we can. We say that giving comes in all forms. Giving of our work, our talent, our minds, our hearts. And this is one time that we are able to give from the earnings of our living, that we give to help Wose to continue to do its work, to continue to give back, to continue to support Ileomode, for Ileomode stands on our shoulders. It's our baby. And it's our sacrifices that has allowed us to build over what Mama Pam said, 39 years. And so we have to understand how great our building is. For this place goes in the history books. This place will say
Yes, ma'am.
Ileomode.
Yes, ma'am.
So we continue to build, so we have lay a pathway for our children to continue to do their work. And so we will say our litany of sacrifice. If we can all stand, if you can. So as we say together, save us, O Holy One, by your name. Vindicate us by your might. Hear my prayer, divine protector. Listen to the words of my mouth. How can we repay the Holy One for the gifts that have been given to us? We will lift up the cup of salvation and call upon the God of our ancestors. We will fulfill our vows to our Creator in the presence of all our people. Gladly we bring our sacrifices to you. We praise your name, O Amun Ra, for it is good. It is good all the time. So as we say our Guzo Saba, our way of living, Umoja, unity. We shall strive to maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race.
Live, self-determination. We shall define, name, create, and speak for ourselves.
Ujima, collective work and responsibility. We shall build and maintain our communities together. Our brothers and our sisters' problems shall be ours to solve together.
Together we shall build and maintain our own businesses, and together profit from them.
Nia is our purpose. We shall make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community
Yes,
and the restoration of our people
yes, yes.
to our traditional greatness.
Say that.
Creativity. We shall do as much as we can, in any way we can, to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than when we inherited it.
Okay, I'm gonna ask us to say that one again. The Kumba, and say it we mean it.
Yeah, come on now.
So let's do some Kumba.
All right.
Creativity.
We shall do as much as we can,
in any way we can to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than when we inherited it.
Ashe, like Malcolm says. I'll do it. And Imani is our faith. We will believe with all our hearts in our God, our people, and in the righteousness and victory of our struggle. Our struggle is divine. Our struggle is ordained. And our victories come from that. Yes, indeed.
Teach.
So, when we give to ourselves. So there's some ways in which you can give. We'll say Oakland, we'll say Sacramento, snail mail, as they call it. And so we appreciate all that is given, knowing that all that is given is put to work for us, put to work for our children. We've got to leave things for our children. We have to. If we believe in freedom, we can't rest, right? So, Mama Fanya's passing out some envelopes. If you'd like to give that way, you can. So I would like to say a prayer, giving thanks for our riches, giving thanks for our health and well-being and our ability to give. Oh, Amin Ra, you who know the waters well, we thank you for this moment.
Thank you.
We thank you for this day. We thank you for the rising sun.
Yes, we do.
We thank you for this place, we'll say,
Thank you.
the door that has been open for many years. The doors that have been open to teach, to give, to love, to share. So we thank you for the opportunity. We thank you for all that has been given, and we pray that our givings be multiplied.
Yes.
That we're able to get the things that are needed to ensure that our tomorrows are here.
Yes.
We give because we love ourselves. We give because we love our families. We give because we love our children. We give because we love our community.
Yes.
We give because we love our ancestors.
Yes.
We give because we love our tomorrows. Oh,
Yes,
Amen.
yes.
So we thank you. We ask that those who are unhoused be helped,
Yes.
be
Yes,
given
we do.
to.
Yes.
Those who are hungry,
Yes.
that they be given to. Oh, Amen.
Yes. Feed the hungry.
Those who have mental problems, that
Yes.
they receive
Yes.
help. Oh, Amen.
Yes. Touch them. Touch them.
So let our giving be reciprocity.
Yes. Beautiful.
Yes.
So these things we give, never forgetting the shoulders that we stand on, that we know that our ancestors gave in order for us to be here.
Yes, they did.
That we know our ancestors
Yes.
died for us to be here. What a sacrifice, oh Amen Ra. So just in your most holy name, we say together, Ashe,
Ashe.
Ashe,
Ashe.
Ashe, oh.
Ashe. Oh.
Thank you, our beautiful sister, Queen, as I call Queen Soul. I'm Queen Heart, she's Queen Soul. That's what we do with each other. Now it's time for our Oakland lead minister, Minister Mally Kofi, to come and deliver his message today. I know that we pray for him as he brings the word that we all need to be inspired, to help us get through everything we've got to deal with, as well as to inspire him. He's going to bring that great word today. Ashe.
Ashe.
We're so thankful for him. Come on, minister. Brother Minister.
I say, brother minister. I
I
say, brother minister.
Grand Rising.
This is a awesome moment.
Yes,
Not just for myself personally, but I think for all of us.
Yeah.
yes.
If we let the media and the news tell us we in big trouble, we is one step away from not being here. If we let the other folks tell us that. Understand that we have to continue to not let other people tell our story.
I say,
We can't let other folks
Hmm?
tell us who we be.
Yes.
you want to
This
go?
morning,
You want to go?
I've been between tears and smiling. My family has a family reunion Labor Day weekend. And we've been holding it for over 60 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell on him, but one of the people I know who's been there for almost every last one of them, that's right, my cousin George, from when he was a little kid, then now he's an 84-year-old man. Oh, last time you said I cheated you. Okay, 82-year-old man. Our family patriarch,
All right,
All
blessings.
right,
who
yeah, yeah. Give him some love.
represents where I come from.
All
Yeah.
right,
He's my
beautiful.
double cousin,
All right.
and not for a bad reason. He's a double cousin because our family was so large that we were able to marry outside of our bloodlines, but around each other, to the point that by the time we got out here, we had two distinct streams of family that have remained close over 60 years. Yeah, oh, that's right, we got three streams, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, and so, for instance, as an example, his mother and father, we call, well, she's actually a cousin, and his father is actually a cousin, but we would never ever call him that. That's Uncle Isaiah and Auntie Gladys.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you all understand family like that.
Yes.
There is a tradition and a history that we need to lean on more about our families and stuff, letting other folks who are not invested in our well-being tell us what is valuable to us.
Come on.
Now, that's gonna be my entry, because today I want to talk about family. And not just because my family is holding a family reunion, because also how important family should be for us, period. Before I started off, I always like this mantra that I've really begun to favor, that's found in the Hosea, page 33, stanza 2. It's becoming one of my favorite sayings, because I love the way it just captures an attitude. And it starts with, helmsman, please don't let our ship go astray. Life giver, do not let the people die. Provider, do not let the people perish from need. Shade, do not let the people dry in the sun. And protector, do not let the crocodile seize us and drag the people away. My theme this morning is about why does the family matter? Ashay? Come on now, y'all can do better than that. I need some spirit lifting now. Come on, Mama Keisha, get ready. Thank you, thank you. Family. In the book of Maat, page 237,
All right.
it talks about family as related to our principles found under Maat. In case y'all didn't know, the sacred African way is built upon the principles of Maat.
Yeah.
Maat is probably the most ancient gathering of principles, morals, values, and boundaries
See?
found on the planet Earth.
Come on now.
And I'm underselling it because there are examples of Maat on the pyramid.
Yes,
There are examples of Maat in those hieroglyphics and paintings and drawings that are way, way more ancient than any civilization on the planet.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna repeat the historical tribute because Baba Ty did such an awesome tribute. But when
Always.
folks try to tell us who we be, we need to be able to counteract that with what we really be. And what we really be ain't found in the headlines. And not found on social media. Not found on those things. They're found within the history and the context of how we have lived. And today we want to address what is the family's role in how we live. It can't just be about ancient history. And folks that are a lot younger than myself, that's important. If we're going to sell or we're going to share the value of something, we got to tell them something that just ain't built 100, 200 years ago. We also got to be able to bring it forward so that there's a connection from the people and the ancestors we claim are so important to where they are today. Because in case you didn't know, there is going to be time when we ain't going to be here and it's going to be them. And the only way it becomes progressive as opposed to regressive is that we have to tell the story forward so that when they tell it, even if they may use some different words, even if they look a little different when they say it, they're going to talk with pride, a value that lifts them up and carries them forward.
Yeah.
Ashe, I hope I ain't by myself this morning because it's a responsibility that we need to take serious. Because I don't know about y'all, but there's some serious stuff going on. And if we want to correct it, it can't just be where we just look at it and go, oh, ain't that a shame? It's got to be some action that we can teach and share with the folks who are going to be the ones handling the business. I don't know about you, but Cousin George, I ain't as spry as I used to be. I ain't the one gonna be running and jumping and challenging these things that are going on. I can cheer for y'all. No, really, I say that. I can cheer for you. You know, I can hold up a sign and say, go, y'all. But the challenge is that there's some legs and arms that the younger folks, and you can't ask them to do something if they're not aware of the why. Oh, y'all don't hear me. Okay, I'm gonna talk to people on the Zoom, but y'all just don't want. The why really matters. Because we can't just tell them, do it because we said it's good to do. See, we've been playing that game too long. We're just asking people to just believe it just because we said it. And what it is an absence of is real. See, there's got to be something real that a younger person can point to and say, that's why. That's why I should do this. That's why I should take this up. Y'all with me this morning? So it says, some people have the wrong idea that family equals blood relationships.
Nope. Not only.
More than that.
often overlook good people who have helped them in life because they're not blood related.
Don't matter.
Family is more than blood.
Yes.
Yeah. Come
It's
on
not
now.
just kin folks.
Right, right.
It's also skin folks.
Come on.
The people who look like us, share like us,
Yes, yes.
live like us, can be a part of us.
Yes.
Because if we only depend on blood,
Be missing.
oh, see, there you go. You can fill that in for me.
All right now.
See, because you end up short. Because a lot of times, and hate to be one to inform you if you don't know, but sometimes blood folks just ain't dependable.
They ain't coming through for you.
Because they suffering from struggling from some stuff. We got some family that ain't spoke to each other in 20, 30 years. Oh, okay, only my family. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put that on y'all. Yeah, see, there's some folks who you wouldn't know was family. Till maybe you heard their last name. Because blood is not itself a guarantee of a relationship.
Yes, yes. Hello. Come on. Tell the truth. You telling the truth.
See, relationships go beyond blood.
Yes, they do.
And that is of value to us folks.
Yeah.
Because without it, many of y'all wouldn't even be here today.
Come on now.
Many of y'all wouldn't be where you are today. A lot of y'all wouldn't have what you have today if you had to depend just on blood, folks. Okay, I'll just talk just on my own with my children. And they know just good and well how those that may have not actually been blood was more than blood for them. Because I wasn't always upright and strong like I may be looking today. And if it wasn't for them folks who stepped in, both family and relations, they wouldn't have the life now that at least can smile when they see me.
Yeah.
I just be real.
Yeah. That's it.
I just be real.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe that was just me. But there are a lot of us who understand that the blood alone doesn't make family.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got that established, right? We got that solid.
Tell the truth.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
So then what really makes family family? Family should have some attributes. Family should have some aspects. Family should have some characteristics that once we come into contact with them, they identify exactly what the relationship is.
Yeah. Come on now.
Y'all wanna be with me with that
Yeah,
one?
yeah. Come
See,
on.
there should be some, and there's a part in the Maat that says, one of the 10 things is to be able to understand the real from the unreal.
Yeah.
And see,
Come on.
there's some things that are real about family.
Yeah.
Y'all want to hear about them?
Yeah.
See, there are some aspects, some attributes that identify family. And it's more than just a connection of blood, but it doesn't hurt to have some kin folks.
Yes.
What also alone though, is that there has to be more. There's got to be a relationship that's a source. Your family should be a source of support, strength, lift up, build up, hold up.
Yeah.
That's family.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whenever stuff ain't cool, they're still there. Whenever things don't look their best, they're still there. When you ain't the who you want to really be.
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all. See, I know I haven't always been cool. And when those times happen, family is how we save ourselves, sometimes from ourselves.
True.
Family should be the source of your strength.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be just an add-on. That's right, little grandniece. Yeah. See, they know. Family, you should feel safe in it. Family, you should feel secure in it. Family should be your refuge. refuge.
Come on now.
That when the world is ugly, I come in here. Just like with all my sisters, whenever I'm hungry, I can find one of them to get a meal with. I'll never have to worry about starving. I'm sure you can tell from my body, but even more so, I have been this way a long time. Family has to be that source. Family needs to be your refuge. And if it ain't kin folks, it's gotta be some folks. Somewhere, anywhere, somehow, family has to be that source.
Yes.
Teach good, Baba.
Yes.
Teach good, Baba Minister.
There are challenges for family.
Yeah.
Please, as much as I love my family, as much as I love to brag on my family, there are challenges. And some of it starts from me.
Yeah.
'Cause I ain't always right.
Right?
Yet if you'd have checked with me a few years ago, I sure thought I was. I'm probably the only one. But the rest of y'all, just to learn from my habit, is that I used to think I was right, no matter what the situation was. And understand, family is a good way to find out that it just ain't true. Especially if you have any children. Well, okay, that was just me and stand away. Our children wanted to tell on us. Okay, the rest of y'all might not know about that.
Don't tell on your mom.
Yeah, please keep it hush hush. Family reveals us.
Yes, they do.
See, you can put on around people that don't know you.
Yeah.
You can
Right.
show up,
Yeah.
show out, look all pretty and handsome, right, George? And then you get with family who really know you and can tell on you. But most family don't. Think about that. Because if they really told what they really know about us, well, me and her, we probably the only ones that really be wanting to pay our family members not to say too much. Understand, it's not just a negative. What it also means though is they really know you, but the fact that they talking about you means yet they still love you.
Yes, yes.
Oh, you didn't get that one.
Yes, yes,
You
yes,
didn't get
yes,
that one.
yes.
People we don't care about, we don't talk about.
Right.
People that don't matter, we ain't got nothing to say about it. Even if it ain't always the nicest thing, it's better than nothing. Y'all didn't hear that. See, rather than it be nothing, it can be something. The issue though is, how do we treat one another? See, it's easy for anyone here to find a fault in somebody else. What's really tough though is to hear somebody tell you the truth about yourself. And what's even tougher is for her to have to admit that you wasn't learning. But family is the safest way for us to really come to ourselves. It's just that we haven't practiced it enough. We haven't worked on it enough. And that's because that thing about letting other folks tell us who we be. Kuji Chagalia says it's a self-determination.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I'm the only one that gets to talk about me,
Right.
but I am the one who knows me well enough to tell the rest of y'all who I really am. And I have to be comfortable and confident about that picture, which means I look at my strengths and my flaws. I can look in the mirror and smile at what I see, knowing that it ain't always that pretty. Oh, okay, just me, I'm sorry. See, I know it's getting a little quieter now. See, as we look in the mirror, see, we don't get encouraged enough to love what it is. See, I love me with my faults, my flaws, and my strengths. Because I can't love the good part if I don't accept the bad part. I can't truly be in love. It's a fake, it's a fraud. If I really can't tell the real and the unreal. I gotta look at both parts. Sometimes it's multiple parts. Strengths and some weaknesses. Now, I don't want all y'all to come and let me know about my weaknesses right up front. You can take me to the side, okay, Ustadi? And just like share with me some stuff on the side. Yet we all owe each other the truth.
Yes, yes, yes.
Honesty, though,
Yes.
is different
Mm.
than just straight truth.
Okay, now,
See, honesty, which is a principle,
break it down.
takes in the fact that who am I talking to?
Yes,
And how should I talk to them?
yes, yes.
Because see, reciprocity says, I gotta receive as well as give.
Come on now.
If I don't respect and I don't regard who it is I'm sharing with, then watch out when it comes back to you. Mm.
Come on now.
Yeah.
You said a lot there. I love that. I love that. Go on.
Blood alone is not a solution for what we struggle with.
Yeah.
Part of this is about embracing a balance between what our expectations are about people and what the reality is about
Come on.
people. And what is better is it starts with us. See, it's easy for me to be critical about you.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Yes.
Let me say that again.
Yes.
Okay now.
I'll say it over here.
Okay.
It's easy for me to be critical about you.
What?
But what about when it comes to me being about myself?
Mhm.
Do I really want that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, you
If
don't.
I'm gonna get that, then I also have to be able to receive that.
Yeah.
And the issue isn't whether or not y'all tell me what's my strengths and my weaknesses, it's whether or not what do you mean to do with it? Are you really trying to help me improve myself?
Yes.
Then it has to be given with love,
Yes.
with respect,
There's no.
with regard, with a sensitivity that I'm only trying to improve
Yeah.
our relationship.
Yeah.
Which means I also want to hear it from you too.
Now.
Compassion.
Uh-oh, compassion.
Yes.
Woo.
Yeah.
Gotta show some feeling
Yeah.
and some regards.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't just gonna dwell on this out here. I also want to bring this home
Come on now.
because see, there's some how-tos. Y'all want to do some how-tos?
Let's do some how to.
See, when it comes to relationships, there's some basics. There's some basics. There's some basics. See, when it comes to relationships, there's some basics. Care, concern,
Mhm.
sympathy.
Yes.
See, those basics guide you.
Yeah.
They put you in a guideline that says, I don't step out of this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't disregard this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is a challenge.
Yes.
Because sometimes y'all get up, no, y'all don't.
Get on your nerves.
Okay, everybody but Mama Pam. It's on my nerves. And sometimes it's a challenge. But understand, as much as I may feel like somebody's on my nerves, I'm on somebody else's nerves too. And instead of focusing on how many times somebody stepped on my toes, I have to challenge myself to look at everybody steps on people's toes
Right.
at some point in time. And the issue isn't to remember how many times you violated me.
Yeah.
It's remember how many times I've needed to be forgiven
Yeah.
for my violation with
Yeah,
other
yeah.
folks.
Forgive.
See, now that's only for people who don't regard themselves as perfect.
Forgive.
If you're perfect, you ain't got to hear that part. But for those that ain't, understand at some point, you're gonna be on the wrong side.
Yeah.
At some point, you make a mistake. At some point, you just wrong.
Yes. Yeah.
Whether you admit it or not, that's your issue.
Right.
But the reality is, you wrong sometimes.
Yeah.
And the challenge is for us to own it.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I gotta walk around here with my head down.
Right.
It doesn't mean I should be embarrassed. It
Right.
doesn't mean I shouldn't be happy.
Right.
What it does mean, it should actually free me up.
Thank,
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah, see, it should free you up
yeah,
that you can honestly look at yourself and say, hey, sometimes I just be missing it.
okay,
Forgive me, y'all.
Yes.
no,
Yeah. Oh, okay, please forgive me. Mr. Carter, I need you to forgive me.
okay.
Okay, thank you. See, understand, because at some other point, there will be you.
Yes,
And we spent a whole lot of time being mad at each other for being human. We be mad at each other. And it's a part of a larger story, which I won't take the time to deal with today. But understand that's not by accident.
right.
We have been ingrained with certain things that make it so much simpler to
Yes,
just be mad at you. To just be separate from you, just to be able to point at you. Because the issues really weren't ours.
yeah,
It's some folks that have an investment in us not getting along.
come on now.
Oh.
We speak the truth, we know it.
So let me just bring this to y'all about why family matters. There's some things we need to let go.
Yeah,
Right.
There's some things we just need to really let go. There is no good reason that you can really justify to be mad for 30 years about something that happened 29 years ago.
right, come on,
No really good reason.
yeah,
You need to let go of some stuff.
Yeah.
Because what happens is you're still stuck
right,
30 years ago
right,
and wonder why your life has seemingly no progress.
right,
Well, that's because you're still there 30 years ago. There are some folks who are still mad about being mad. Oh, but that ain't none of y'all here. Okay. Just don't want to accuse nobody. No. There's also a balance. We have to balance this expectation that there is a difference between being excellent and being perfect.
Ashe, teach, that's fundamental, come on now.
See, there's a difference from being excellent
Right, right,
and being perfect.
yes, yes,
See, a human can't be perfect,
right,
but a human can do its best,
yeah,
which is excellence.
right, right,
We have to be more balanced about our expectation of other people's behavior.
yeah,
I'm not gonna be perfect,
right,
and I don't even have to tell y'all that because you already know. But I can be excellent,
yes.
and I get better at being excellent on a daily basis
Thank you, thank you.
because that's progress.
Thank you.
And as long as I'm alive, I have an opportunity for progress.
Yeah.
And so do you.
Yeah,
See, if we humanize our relationships,
yeah,
then we give ourselves more opportunities to not be mad at each other
yeah,
and to be more forgiving with one another, to be able to hold each other up,
yeah,
to be able to say to yourself, yeah, maybe that over there wasn't the best thing,
right,
but I gotta let that go.
Yeah, let it go.
Because we end up in prisons that we built for ourselves
now.
and then wonder why I'm still got high blood pressure and ain't feeling so good about life and faces are more wrinkled and straight because all of those things are built off of that negative stuff we have created. We have. And we look around wondering who did it to us. Oh, okay. There is an opportunity for us to build a legacy, a foundation. See, the reason why old folks are important,
Yes,
young folks are important,
yes,
medium folks are important
teach good.
because of the passing of a legacy.
Yes, yes,
See, who or what will benefit from what we do today? If we're just here for ourselves, then we ain't have to worry about a legacy. You know, if you ain't got no grandkids, if you ain't got no nieces, no nephews, no cousins, no kinfolk, then pretty much you're alone, okay? But see, us folks, with human relationships,
come on now.
we got an obligation and a legacy. Even if we don't think our stuff is that important, it's important enough to pass on.
Yeah.
Even if our story seems old and square and limited, that square story can be of value to someone else down the line. See, many of you who are not biological parents
Yes,
still have to behave like parents
yes, yes,
because we are being watched.
yes,
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 we are.
We are being observed.
yes.
We are being held to account. And if we don't take it like it should be taken, then we can't complain about the outcomes.
Yeah.
Can't do both. Can't sit up here and talk about, oh, it's a shame how them young people behave. And us old folks ain't doing our part.
Come on now.
So, as family,
Mhm.
as kinfolk, as more than skinfolk, that's my challenge to y'all today.
Yes.
Is that we have to be more legacy people.
Mhm.
We got to look outside of ourselves and think about what I do impacts somebody other than me. Get out of our self-centeredness.
Come on now.
Get out of that only me and what I think matters and look outside of yourselves because what you do has value. What you do is important and it's going to touch somebody, good or bad.
Yeah.
I want to be on the side of good
Yes.
because it was people like that who touched me even when I didn't know I needed to touch it. I don't know about y'all, but I understand I could not be here today if it wasn't for those folks, my youngers and my olders. My daughters hold me to account, even when I don't like it. But it's for me and my good, so that I can be better at who I'm supposed to be.
That's it.
I don't know about y'all relationships, but I would imagine I'm not the only one.
No, you're not.
There's a principle that has to be addressed when it comes to family. Y'all want to guess what it is?
What is it?
Reciprocity.
All right.
See, a lot of us think it's sacrifice. A lot of us think we're supposed to be just giving up a whole bunch of stuff. No. The real principle is reciprocity, that I share and I also give and I also receive. And when I receive, then I also give some more. The challenge is to be on the end where you're also at the beginning.
Right.
Uh-oh. See, it's not a straight line.
Come on now.
It's a cycle. I share and I receive. I receive and I share. That's powerful stuff for folks like us. Because many of us are on the extreme of one or the other. Some people give till they ain't got nothing left and then wonder why they're unhappy.
Right.
And then there's some people, all they do is get. Ain't gonna tell which ones are which. But understand, once we have that grasp, we have a better life. You understand?
Yeah.
Family is how we go to somewhere and reflect about who we be. And we gotta stop letting other folks tell us who we be.
Yeah.
I say, I say,
I
I say.
Thank Minister Melanie
We
Kofi
gonna turn around.
for this message today. Let's give him some more washing. Are there,
Okay.
at this point, I'm just going to ask if there are any people on Zoom, any members any people that aren't members that want to raise their hand, that want to get involved with what we have going on with this mission here. We've got a mission to grow the future and grow our children and grow our connection with the continent diaspora of Africans. Is there anybody that wants to join this mission? Anybody on Zoom that wants to raise their hands today? Well, if you do, just message out in the chat and somebody will follow up with you. All right, but at this time, we're blessed still to have our Baba Sudi Ali. He's gonna lead us with the our anthem. All right, and everybody come stand. Sing the national anthem, our Black national anthem.
Ready? Every voice sing till heaven.
As we close today, I look out over all the beautiful smiling faces here at Wosay, and I want us to remember that we are one people.
One people.
One faith.
One faith.
One aim.
One aim.
One destiny.
One destiny.
One goal.
One goal.
One love.
One love.
One God.
All of name, let's call out the name of that God as our people have done from time immemorial. Let's start by saying,
Amen.
you are the most beautiful people on the face of this earth. That's it.
Ashe,